What's good, y'all? Shout out to some of our Wiz fans. So this video, I'm gonna talk about will the Washington Wizards make the playoffs? That's the question. And you see, I got my Wiz Kids shirt on. Will the Washington Wizards make the playoffs? And I'm gonna be reacting to a video of ESPN First Take. Not the biggest fan of First Take, but I do watch it on YouTube from time to time. This episode of First Take, Stephen A. Smith is on vacation, Max Kellerman's on vacation, it looks like Molly's on vacation as well, so the whole crew, the staff is like Ryan Hollins with a hot pink suit on. Damian Woody, who's a football player who knows a little bit about basketball, and then a basketball player, a WNBA player, I can't remember, we'll see her name in the video, and then a different host of First Take. So they're asking them, will the Wizards go to the playoffs as well? I'm going to watch the video and react. Ryan Hollins is a weird analyst, so we'll check this out. Let's get into the video.
No, they're not dead. My former team and two of my former teammates. You got to understand, Bradley Beal is an elite talent. And when you actually put the ball in Brad's hands, he's going to make guys better.
That's
you have
true.
Markieff Morris, Thomas Bryant, Trevor Ariza, Jeff Green. Very capable roster. You're looking at me like, who the heck is Thomas Bryant? He only recorded one of these single perfect games. 14 of 14 has possibly some type of. Listen, Thomas Bryant is
He's got a point.
They're 3 games out, and might I add, Woody, it's the Eastern Conference.
So what are you
Another
saying?
good. That's two good points.
Bradley Beal is the star. When you put the ball in his hands, the team's going to play better. The ball's going to pop.
So what
move
are
around.
you saying, Ryan?
The Wizards are going to make the playoffs. The Wizards are going to make the playoffs.
Right now, do you know that they're currently 14 and 23, Ryan? Do you know that they're 9 games below 500? Do you know that when they were when John Wall was out, I guess 40 games or so last season, they went 20 and 20. They went 500, and everyone was happy with how they were playing. There's no way that you can expect for this team who really needs to rebuild. And without John Wall, who a lot of people have criticized, largely because the media, he doesn't really care if everyone likes him there. He might as well not even care if all his teammates like him. But this is still a guy that I think they look to pay. He has a huge paycheck, and he will compete at the end of the day. But without John Wall, this is a 500 team, Ryan Hollins. I don't see them
better than what he's getting paid.
You know they played the ball pops without him.
With John Wall, they were dead anyway. I mean, you're talking about literally the worst contract in the NBA.
It kind of
This
is.
is a guy came
that.
in out of shape, inconsistent shooter, and the chemistry with John Wall. And we've seen it before when John Wall was out, how they kind of performed a little differently than when John Wall was actually there. And because of that contract that JohnAll has with the Washington Wizards, that's going to severely hamper their ability to make moves to improve that roster.
That's a huge point, and I think we should
trade
provide
some
some
people.
context to this John Wall expectation, largely because 2 years ago, they were in the Eastern Conference semis against the Celtics and made it to Game 7, and everyone thought, hey, this team should get over the hump. Instead, John Wall and company, Bradley Beal, and they're lucky to even have Trevor Ariza now, they were not able, and I'm thinking about this current team, they're not able to get over that hump, largely because John Wall's health. Last season, he wasn't fully healthy. This season, he's obviously not healthy. His season is over. This is a team that really has not been able to match their potential largely due to injuries. So when you look at the team with or without John Wall, they probably struggle largely because they paid him that much. There's been expectations, and the promise of Otto's contract really hampered them.
You got to understand they're going to improve with their ball movement and also defensively. John came in with that heel injury, and he's a warrior. Hats off to John Wall, right? As much as you want to knock him,
that's true.
Listen, stuck it out for his team, tried to play, gave it all he could, and now he's sitting out. So now defensively they get better because John was having problems defensively. They were horrible defensively.
But the thing is, with the Bucks, with the Celtics, with the Raptors, even the Miami Heat, who were streaking, how can this Wizards team really compete with those guys who have more?
There's a lot worse teams in the East. They are going to make it. They will be. They will be in the playoffs.
Maybe the Cavs.
You're telling me they're not going to get the
Not
AC?
the Pacers.
They're not going to get the AC.
Even the Pacers, I think, are like top 5, top 7 in the NBA.
You just on a hope and a prayer right now.
I guarantee it.
All right.
I know how special Brad is.
About to be making that super max money regardless. So
good thing for him.
So okay, so that's the end of it. So the only thing about that, Ryan Hollins, every time he's on there, they argue and just go crazy, like just a whole bunch of yelling and bickering back and forth and whatnot. But enough about him. The Wizards, they could make the playoffs. I wouldn't be surprised if we do make the playoffs. I don't think we should. I think our best option is to tank for Zion Williamson for our future. Because if we made the playoffs, we're going to be, the 8th seed and lose in the first or second round to the Raptors or the South Celtics or somebody, Sixers. We're not better than any of those teams with or without John right now. I think we do need to make a trade. We need to trade Otto. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, but we do need to trade him to the Kings or something and create some cap space. I do want to make a video of free agency, who we need to sign and whatnot, who we need to draft. I want to make a video like soon about that. But yeah, he's right. Bradley Beal is a star, man. I'm trying to tell people he's an all-star. He should be an all-star starter. No question, for real. No question. He should be an all-star starter. The man is balling. Ever since John sat down or whatever got hurt or whatever the injury, Brad has really got to show what he can do, dribble, pass. And the team, they move the ball a lot better without John. It is what it is. Everybody eats. They said that last year. That's what happens. But they are a 500 team without John. With or without John, we're a mediocre team right now. We're just 500 team. We do need John to win playoff games because he is a star. He's our star. He's our best player when healthy. Now, the man is injured, and there were some tweets last night. I don't know if y'all saw him back and forth with Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith said he went to 2 games. John didn't come up and speak to him. And then John replied and said they walked across and crossed paths in a hallway. Stephen A. Smith walked with his head down, did not acknowledge John or say anything, what's up, I want to talk to you, I want to speak or whatever. And that probably is true. John said no cap. You already know what that means, no capping. He wasn't capping at all. So that probably is true. Stephen A. probably did walk past him and put his head down. That's something that I believe really did happen. Stephen A.'s the kind of guy to do something like that, put his head down, walk by somebody. I wouldn't put it past him at all. But yeah, John he had a disappointing first half of the year. Very highly disappointed. It looked like he did come out of shape or whatever, like an old man with the bush and whatever. It looked bad. It did look bad, and defense was terrible. I think we probably, unfortunately, will win some more games. And the East is so bad to the point where Ryan Holland said the East is so bad where the Wizards could fool around and make the playoffs. Where the Hornets are starting to decline, Orlando's starting to decline. We got to play the Cavs a couple more times, the Hawks. There's some bad teams. The Knicks are trying. There's a lot of teams at the East trying to tank, man. The Hawks, Cavs, Knicks. There's a lot of teams, like I said, trying to tank. And there's just some teams that are not that great. It is what it is in the East. It's just not that great. Unfortunately, a team with a losing record probably will make the playoffs, and it really could be the Washington Wizards. And the Pistons are not that great either. I mean, so it's not so far-fetched for the Wizards to make the playoffs. It really isn't. But like I said, we need to tank for Zion Williamson. We need to trade Otto Porter and get some cap space. That's what we really need is cap space. I think we should sign Julius Randle in the free agency. That's what I think we should do. But will the Wizards make the playoffs? If I had to put money down, I'd say no, we're not making the playoffs, and we should not make the playoffs. We don't need to make the playoffs. But let me know what you guys think about the Wizards, man. Shout out to all my Wizards fans. Hell to the Wizards. Like I said, be ready for the vlog. January 11th, I'm going to the Bucks game with my wife. I will be vlogging. I'll be sitting in the 100 section. I can't wait. It's going to be a fun time. All right, y'all. Peace.